The views and opinions during this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the sponsors or executive producers. This program contains conversation, discussion, debate, which a truly free society would neither fear nor suppress. However, in some socially inept areas, certain religious fanatics and ultra-sensitive and extreme political affiliates violate your First Amendment rights by attempting to control what you watch, listen to, write, and speak. We feel that this is unconstitutional and un-American. And now we present the MKULTRASOUND podcast. Live from Studio Diablo in Chicago, Illinois, this is MKULTRASOUND.
Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man.
It must be Sunday.
Forget it, man.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to. I've had a great week, but I want to start the show off. I found out this morning, sadly, that porn star Brandon Iron passed away. He was a good guy. He got the best anal with Brie Olson and Big Wet Asses 10. No, he was an old school guy. He's having a really hard time dealing with piracy recently, them pirating his porn performances. He was actually really good. So I just wanted my condolences.
Can I ask, how do you become really good at that? And how do you differentiate the good?
What constitutes good?
Viagra.
Yeah. So his peni was
Cassie
good.
was with me once when I was buying pills in Chinatown. And it was fucking cold. Yeah. You know, yeah.
Oh, this is a story.
Yeah, we were
Do
doing
tell Cassie.
our first episode. We did episode with Martin Atkins.
Pills in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Pills in Chinatown.
Viagra.
Viagra pills.
I'm
He really
not-
does like those.
China blue.
Yeah, very good. So Ty brought a friend this week. We've got Mark, and he's a local punk rock musician.
Grobel in the house.
But I gotta say, man, I'm in a good place right now. I've had a really good
Wait,
week.
That's
you
so
had
good.
you had that date this week, right?
Wasn't so much a date as a fucking interview, man. I even had a drug test. And this drug test, I mean, I got the HIV, the gonorrhea, and the syphilis thing. Passed them.
The whole screen. Good.
Yeah, and my doctor said, I'm only going to call you if there's concern, and I'm shopping at getting groceries the next day. I'm like, fuck, Dr. Tong, right?
Right.
And he's like, number one, you're clear of STDs. So, I knew.
Silent,
I
thank
knew,
you.
but,
But
you
he
know.
called and he said he was only going to call.
Well, he called because my blood platelet count's low. So, but he created his account for me, so I can go on. So I asked him, like, well, can I get a copy of my test so I can show? Okay, I go on a job interview.
Potential sex
Like I went on
Passing grades.
I went on an interview
That
on
ought to
Thursday.
impress her right off the bat.
So how'd the interview go?
Oh, it was a fucking interview, man. Well,
She check your credit?
I walked. She knows my real name. I gotta say this.
That's a lot for a first date.
In 90 minutes, 2 hours, however long it was. And by the way, Brian Ferry was playing the Chicago Theater. My heart melted when I'm walking the
love
train, I'm
him.
like, fucking Brian.
I saw
Ferry.
him at the Opera House. What an incredible place to
What
see anybody.
Love
but
is a drug. So
beautiful voice.
I met her. You know, we talked about last week. I was like, I don't know if she's going to be a flake like the last one I was supposed to meet.
This was the Asian girl you were talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
On the interview, yeah.
I mean, yeah. She's. Okay.
But went better than last time.
Some guys get shit, or I don't say shit. Okay, I get the whole Asian shit all the time, right? I'm like, fuck you, John Lennon.
What's with you and Asians? What the
John
fuck is
Lennon,
that?
shut up, man. Fucking John Lennon. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my thing right there. Okay, some guys like big tits.
Right.
Some guys like blondes.
Right? Asses.
I'm in middle age.
legs.
Yeah. I like Asian ladies.
Nice. Oh, there you
I
go.
mean,
What's your
Okay.
fetish?
Now we know what he thinks.
it's not a
about
fetish.
people.
My fetish is a squirting thing. Is female ejaculation. Oh,
Wow.
I think she's listening, by the way. So
Hi.
she has
He's
a
a
great
good guy.
she has a great phone number. She does. I'm not gonna say her name, but she has a great phone
I'll
number.
hold back.
Okay, so I walked it. We meet at Riverwalk. Okay, I completely
Downtown.
not Alexander World. It's
Right.
definitely I
Kinda
prefer an art
touristy for those who
museum
don't
or
know.
like MCA or
Right. Right.
Zobi. No. We meet very public, and I
That's
made eye
important.
contact. Oh, not only did she show up, she was early. Okay, right there.
You
Unlike-
fell in love with her right there, dude. This guy hates
showed
when
up.
people are late.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
do.
notoriously late.
No, I hate. I think being late's rude. Okay, this
You
is
probably
not.
married her right
So she seriously interviewed me.
That
So
is
I'm
so
talking
cute.
to her, and she's like, so my phone lights up, and I'm talking, and she said, I just called you, and I'm like, well, I don't pick up my phone when I'm with somebody.
She was seeing that.
And then she sent me a Facebook friend request. I'm like, oh fuck, Facebook.
Right.
I'm fucked. So Cassie and I were talking,
course they're
and
gonna
like
look there.
most people are thinking like she's gonna see the porn shit. I'm like, she's gonna see fucking other Asian women and see how sick I am.
Aw. At least she knows you.
That's-
No,
That's
I mean,
tight.
so
That's
as
like
we're
the
talking,
character you put on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
he's
real you.
pretty.
I explained, I'm like,
You're a
please,
sweetheart.
this
He's
is
not a
not
player.
me. This is not me.
Exactly. It's really isn't.
I'm gonna give her an opportunity
give him a
to get to
second
know me
try.
in a week, but
Social media, it makes you look like you're doing way more than you are.
Exactly.
I know, I mean-
Half the
That's
time
what
I'm
it's
chilling
set
at
up to
home
do.
doing
if I lived that way, the way it looks like on social media, I would not be sitting here alive right now.
Right. Totally.
Like, I cherish sleep.
Yep.
I love my career. I love my fucking job. I do.
Right.
So, anywho, I'm sitting there and we're talking, and
Me too.
I'm fucking talking to a writer. You know how you can smell
Did
your
you-
own? I could tell she was a fucking writer. She didn't tell me what she did yet. She saved that till we went to the restroom, and she sends me her CV, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, this girl's she's impressive.
Is she? What's she?
Yeah,
do?
she's smart. All right, you ready? Okay. I think this. So I'm saying I'm talking too much about myself. She goes, oh no, that's why you're here.
Right.
I am interviewing you. I thought on her dating profile she had all the traits of being a serial dater. When I met her, as she's talking, as she's picking my brain, I'm thinking she is serious about wanting to make a family of two. And so
That's really well put. I like that.
that's her words.
Aw.
What's
hard to
I like her
find.
Oh, and the other
already.
thing, she has the greatest. I thought I had a backstory, and you don't know my backstory, my life, my history, my childhood. Hers is way better than mine.
Aw.
This woman's backstory, I mean, it's not glamorous by any means. It's fucking amazing.
Neat.
She is. I mean, it's
But
just
she
like.
didn't get a
So
hand.
she's been through a lot, so she's a
Right.
tough.
No,
tough
she's
girl.
smart. Like, but
Well, that's
she's
what I meant,
she's
like,
independent. Like,
She's a tough girl.
oh,
because
also
she's been
get
through
this
it.
from Pennsylvania.
Wow.
She's from what?
Because
Eastern
Alex is
Pennsylvania.
from
I came from the
Pittsburgh.
western side, like the Ohio Valley, Pittsburgh.
Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, she went to this SVA School for Visual Arts. I mean, I'm talking. This lady came loaded.
You know what she is about,
what
and
does she
like
do?
even the region she came
Multimedia.
from.
She's. I mean, I haven't shared you with her CV. I will after the show. Cassie, I'll show you because you're both in the same world. She's just. Oh, you know. Here's the best part.
Maybe I want to meet.
I know.
I like her already.
She's she's fucking smart and she's witty. I mean, she pulled a punch. She even asked me, okay, you ready for this? Are you comfortable with your weight? And this is where we're going to the bathroom. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm always trying to better myself. I always want to lose. Like, I am going to make, it's really easy for me to lose weight. I said, I'm not a gym guy. The gym is the lakefront. That's my gym. I will bike. And
I
as you know,
agree
you
with
ride
you.
your bike. You used to be a bike
Exactly.
rider. Mark, when I'm
Still
not
do.
working, I will bike 100 miles in one day just for fucking fun.
Yep.
And the beauty of Lake Michigan is there are plenty places to stop and eat and have a drink. And then
Next thing you know,
and then
you're packing
you don't
them
feel
on.
you don't feel bad because no, you bike that shit out, you sweat it out. I mean, Lake Michigan, living here is just we haven't made in Chicago. There's nothing like winter
For a
sucks.
few months.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but for a few months, yeah. And it's been a short one this year because we really didn't have summer till like a month ago.
Right.
But and you didn't ask the most important question. She also asked me this, like,
What?
where do you look? Something to the.
What-
What do you look for in a woman? Or like, I'm like, I like brains. And she's like, really? I'm like, okay, right now you're going to the fucking Facebook image of Alex fucking Xander, right?
Right.
okay, everybody at this table, Mark excluded, you've known me for a long time. You, close to 2 decades, Cassie, close to a decade. I don't date in our circle.
Right.
I've been with 3 women in 20 years that are friends of ours.
Okay.
And the last being Maggie, who, by the way, I really fucking miss. Her mother, remember the barbecue, and Maggie's mom was here and with
Right.
Mark.
Right.
And
right.
she's got a gift for me. So she's going to give me something of Maggie's.
And Maggie
this-
has passed on.
She took her life on her birthday 2 years
Right.
ago during Exotica. Cassie was there when I got the news, and believe me, I did not take it
You know,
well.
she's the reason why I did my blue hair and blue eyebrows.
What's that?
Remember when I had blue hair and blue eyebrows?
Yeah.
She was my inspiration for that.
It was Maggie?
Her style was like,
Yeah, she's
cute.
She's
The
real
best,
beautiful,
yes.
Real
man.
cute. And
And
her
it-
mom, too, is hot.
Yeah,
And
her mom's
what
my
a great lady.
her mother's my age. I mean, that was the weird thing.
Her
It's like-
mother is cool.
so back
as
to my
hell.
interview. Yeah,
Yes, you're
Beverly,
doing
Beverly,
your-
I hope you're listening. We all love you.
Yes, we do,
We
Miss
do.
Waddles.
So back to my interview. So she's asking what I'm into, and like, well, you know, I like. Oh, she is easy on the eyes. She's a good-looking lady.
Yes,
The
she
hottie.
is.
She's good-looking, and I ask because you know, 'cause as we said, so
Respectful.
I date. The women I choose to spend my time with, nobody here knows. In fact, you don't even know who my last girlfriend
is
was. 'Cause
true.
Nobody. You never.
That is true. I've
Yeah.
never seen you
No, I
in a
don't.
social scene with a lady on your arm in that respect.
Yeah,
I have
I
seen
mean-
women around you, of course, but
Yeah. So
Someone that was
so
like-
you know I'm not into. And again, ladies here at this table, heavily tattooed. No offense, but I'm not into tattoos.
Right, we
so I
know
asked
that.
her. I said,
do you have any?
"Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fuck. You're awesome, Ty. This is why you're a great co-host." And she says, "Yes."
Okay.
And
The
her
slippery when wet.
What does she have?
I'm not gonna. Fucking God, man.
I'm sorry to
She's
you. I
listening.
like you already. I know.
Okay.
I have to go for laughs.
I have to ask her out, which I'm gonna do after the show. I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna invite her to.
Don't mess this up.
Don't you guys fuck it up, man.
We like her, man.
Let's find out where the tattoo is, though.
No, here's what I say. What's that? Remember when you came here the night that you went and saw Snoop Dogg and your face was naked, and then you did what's that you put around your eyes?
Eyeliner?
Okay, so what's that? That
Mystical
tool is an
words.
eyeline pencil, right?
Eyeliner pencil, yeah.
I want to take an eyeline pencil and trace her tattoos. I'm not gonna tell you where her tattoos are, but I want to thicken them. And she has the best tattoos. And after Missy Monroe, she
Yeah.
has the best tattoos of any woman I've ever met.
But we can't
Now-
know. Not yet.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that
Can
she'll
will
come
Will
around.
she tell us? Yes. We'll wait for her to tell us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I just gotta say, definitely the most interesting 90 minutes, 2 hours I've had in fucking years.
Best interview of your life.
Oh, I want.
Last
I
date.
I had a drug test. I want the job, but I'd like to do the probationary period. You know how they put you on probationary period?
Sure.
I like to do that. I want to get to know her, but I want her to get to know me and not the podcast MK Ultra Alex. I want her to
The
know
spooning, sensitive,
stuff.
kind of. We'll do the dishes
Now
kind
I'm
of
thinking
guy.
about
You are a clean person.
He is a clean person.
I know, isn't it fucked up?
Yeah.
I
Not
mean,
at all.
Why is that fucked
Take
up?
care of yourself.
Well, you know, actually,
Good God, thank
I
you.
had it once upon a time. I had a girlfriend, and she said I was fucking OCD about fucking being clean. I'm like, I don't like shit laying around.
Right.
And they,
Everything in its place.
even in the hotel
Mise en
room, and
place.
you've been in a few hotel rooms. My hotel rooms are never a fucking mess.
I'm OCD. You should see all the stuff on my desk. It's placed like it's turned like it makes me happy.
It's
Dude, what's your
45
tattoo? Is that
degrees.
the no, the fist? Is that Howard Stern? No. Okay. Did you know Nick put that black fist?
I saw that.
The black power fist.
I
That's
saw
Howard
that.
Stern's thing on. Oh, this went more than 10 minutes. This week, Thomas Thorne from the Electric Hellfire Club had a birthday, and I just got to take hats off
Happy
because
birthday.
Cleopatra Records has a lot to do with my life. And Hellfire Club, next to Typo Negative, were the most important band in the print era for 10 years of MK Ultra magazine. Thomas Thorne is a genius. He's a father, a husband. He's completely stepped out of the spotlight. I saw the reunion a couple years ago. It was just one of the most happiest times of my last few years. I mean, after I went on that interview,
Yeah.
so she got me thinking about 2016, and the last time I was in a relationship with an Asian,
Right.
and I went through the galleries. I went through the Exotica galleries, because my first date with this Asian lady was Exotica,
Right.
and then I was honest with this lady about, it's been 3.5 years, and then I looked through that whole year, because that's when I had hip replacement, and then my life was coming, and my house was populated with rock stars all the time, like, because the Pigface show was happening. So Maggie was a big part of that, and I was sad, because like, wow, that was a transitional year. So I lied to her. She said, "Why has it been so long since you were in a relationship," or something to that effect, and
Right.
I lied. And I told her, actually, I sent her a text. I said I lied. I said it was financial reasons, because I was between jobs. The truth was, I was still heartbroken. I wasn't ready to get back
Right.
into a relationship.
You're
I mean,
still thinking about somebody else.
yeah, and see, that's unfair. And
But
okay,
that's smart. Like,
well, here's the
you
Asian
jump in-
thing. Okay,
You even fess up to lying.
I'm in the middle.
I'm impressed.
No, I'm at a point in my life right now where,
Yeah.
like,
Take it or
why
leave
am I
it.
going to cheat myself,
Take it or leave
cheat
it,
or
yes.
cheat the person I'm with if they're not of Asian? That
Persuasion.
deep down, I spend some time with you, and they're going to know anyway that, well, he's still thinking about an Asian woman. And I mean, I'm too late in life to
Right.
fucking play
Well,
that
I mean,
game.
Asian,
Right.
you're just
We-
thinking of other women, but
I'm
They're not
reunited.
now, so-
I reunited with my brother, who I haven't spoken to in 27 years this week, and it's all because of, as my father said, of this woman from North Carolina who has a body like a brick shit house and a face like a shit house.
the tit
So
lady,
she's a shit
Okay,
house.
this woman is a piece of fucking work. She's a lying piece of
tit
shit.
lady, right?
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Tit lady.
Shit lady.
Okay, this woman, I took her to the beach, and she's supposed to be this classy Southern woman with, this witchy poo face, and we're eating a Lotus, and her fucking tits hanging out, and there's kids around. But
Literally? Like
Oh,
close
oh.
to it.
Cassie, please explain this.
There's like I don't know. I just saw a picture online, and she's like, yeah, she's eating it, and then it's
She's eating
out, and I'm
Lotus.
just like, and you posted the picture, and I'm just like, this is the tit lady.
No
This-
bra.
No,
Ah.
she had fake little tits.
What was she wearing? A swimsuit or?
That's
Oh yeah,
icky
she was
too
in a
sometimes.
leopard.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, my interviewee,
Yes, Mark.
she actually admitted that she was kind of a cougar and dated girls,
Oh.
did guys younger.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then she asked me, I was like, well, yeah, most of them are usually half my age, but I'm not there anymore. And then she asked me why and all that. I'm like, but you understand, like, I put out that vibe
Right.
of this crazy rock and roll guy.
Right.
People are ever here in the morning when I wake up and I'm listening to Johnny Cash and
Doing
I'm
all
having
the right
coffee
things, right.
and making
Yeah.
food.
Right.
People don't know that
Being
side of me.
normal. Yeah.
So I read my brother and I. My brother's going to come to Chicago. He bought a fucking plane ticket.
Good. That'll
We
be
didn't
a-
talk for 27 years
So that'll
because I
be
was fucking
good.
pissed off at him. He finally apologized to me and admitted to something. What he did, we'll talk about later, because
Bury the
next
hatchet.
week we have Angela Denk on, and she's a blogger, and we're going to talk about this North Carolina woman because she's the one to talk to, because she's bipolar and on meds and a cannabis and
CBD
yeah,
user, yeah.
she's great.
Is that what her blog's about?
Oh yeah, it's called Cannabis and Coffee or something like that. No, it's called Coffee or Suicide. And she's perfect
Heavy.
for this show.
Oh, I want to meet her.
Yeah, you're gonna love. Well, that's a week from today. Wednesday we have Reed Himes. You know who Reed Himes is?
No.
The founder of Chicago Tracks Recording Studio.
Yeah.
Ministry, Thrill Kill Cult,
many.
R.
R.
Kelly.
Kelly.
And we're gonna talk about R. Kelly because they shared studio space together.
Yep. I
That's
was there when he
Wednesday.
was there too. Yeah.
And
Gross.
That'll be a good
he didn't
show.
sound like he was too happy with R. Kelly.
Oh, I bet he's not.
Anyone?
You know what?
No one associated with him is
I'm
too
gonna
happy.
hit this thing. We're gonna come right back.
You're listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast. Please feel free to contact us at podcast@mkultramagazine.com.
Mark, feel free to jump in here as we talk about hot topics. Ty, go ahead.
Yeah. So, the mass shooting, of course, that's the latest and
yeah.
greatest news today.
I emailed my friends at Dayton, Ohio, with the latest one. There was one in El Paso last night, and then one in Dayton, Ohio this morning.
Yeah.
And these Christian people who I'm friends with through Exotica, they work with GodLovesPornStars.com or XXXChurch.com, and Jesus Loves Porn Stars. You know these people, right? At Exotica?
Yeah,
They're great.
Me and Tiny Taxi got the matching.
Yeah. Well, they're great people. The guy, Mershawn's husband is we played his shit. He's a really great guitar player, metal. He plays metal.
Right.
And they're hardcore Christians. They're good people. And I reached out to them. I said, I thought about you this morning. The first thing I thought about when I heard the news. But yeah, these shootings, I'm only going to say this. Okay, other than the fact that it fucking sucks and I don't know what's wrong with people anymore.
Right.
I don't get it. But it just gives the left more to their agenda on gun grabbers. And I'm pro Second Amendment. So, that's horrible.
And so the conspiracy part of me thinks, okay, the government is sending someone in there so that they can lock down and take away our right to bear arms.
I've heard a lot of those.
A lot of it's all that clandestine secret shit you don't see that really scares me. Not a Trump tard.
Yeah.
That's my word.
Yeah, I love it.
I waited all week to say
we can say that. This is a good one.
That's a new one and a good one.
Where are you on this, Mark? On the gun thing? I don't care. However you feel.
We like everybody.
I have no problems with people having guns. I think that
you need to get on that mic, please.
Get on the
You
mic.
do have to really kiss it.
Yeah. Kiss it. Okay.
Apologize.
Kiss
So
the
gently.
mic while we're talking about guns.
Yeah, there you go. No, so you're like pretty much pro.
I wouldn't like. I don't like taunt this stuff. Like, I don't have a gun. I have no desire to have a gun.
I have knives.
Nor do I.
I don't care if
I have a stun gun.
else wants to have a gun.
And I have a love gun.
I don't. Yeah.
So we all in agreement with that. But I also believe that people that want to protect their family and feel the need for it should be able to have it, and your need to overthrow a government, and that's what
Cassie, go
we
ahead.
had it for. A right.
I'm all for background checks for a gun.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
of course.
I'm wondering if there should be a little bit more of a mental check
Absolutely.
these days, some sort.
They hand
All
out
the mental
Well,
stuff slips through the cracks.
there
of
is.
Right.
Everything.
It's
I mean,
the
You can have a
Absolutely.
crystal clean
The
background.
police are coming out to babysit all these mental health issues, and there needs to be something else to where these people can actually get help and have something happen right.
right.
So okay, I got a phone. I had a phone call Friday. I was talking to my brother Eric, who I reunited with, and I will. We have plenty of time. Kenny Ryback calls me from Los Angeles, and I got off. I'm like Eric. I haven't talked to my brother in 27 years. I'm like, I've got to take this call. If it's Kenny Ryback, it's important.
Right.
And Kenny Ryback is a radio guy. He worked with Casablanca Records, Kiss, and Village People, and all those in the 70s. I met him through Motorhead.
Legendary.
So Motorhead, and we've got this great friendship. Actually, he designed the first MKUltraSound logo.
Neat.
Yeah, that was his idea with the tower and all that. That he designed that one.
That is a
There's
cool
when I was
image.
going to have Echo on. I know the guy's awesome. He called me. He said, "Alex, apparently we like the same movie right now." So he's brought up Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And he wanted to tell me that he grew up down by the Spawn Ranch. He got to see the Charlie's
Neat.
girls in real life when he was young.
Cool. That was an old Hollywood place in the desert, kind of where they would shoot movies.
Westerns, yeah.
It wasn't right in L.A. or in the suburb of Burbank or anything, but it would be,
It was George Spahn.
But nobody was making westerns anymore in the late '60s.
That's where Charlie Manson. And the
So
girls,
Charlie, and they would help out, and they would help cook for the old man that was like the
George
overseer.
Spahn. Yeah, he was blind.
And he got to look at pretty girls, and
I don't know if you got to look at him, but you got to feel him. They took care of him. But Kenny Ryback, and so our conversation, then we get into the podcast. We're talking, and he loves, like everybody, loves our YouTube show. Cassie, you do a great job on editing. You are so good. He's like, God, look at you. First thing he says is like, you lost weight. I was like, Jesus Christ, was I that fucking fat? Like already my interviewee gave me a fucking guilt trip. It's like, I'm always trying to better myself,
Yeah, you look great, man.
And I
No
eat well.
We live in a cold city. You need to have a little extra something.
Yeah, coats. No. We're talking to the girl that gets up every morning and works out at 6:30.
Yeah, we got a skinny guy here, too.
Yeah, he's a skinny motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do you eat hot dogs?
They both look good.
Sometimes.
So, okay. So that's Kenny Ryback. Kenny, thank you very much. Dude, I told him, I'm like, as we're winding down, we talked about Kim Foley. Oh! Guess who I want to work on getting on the show? Cherie Curry from the Runaways.
Kick ass.
Yes. Now is this
OMG.
fucking legendary
Oh my
shit?
God.
Yeah, he's...
Another one I thought of too, Jim DeRogatis. Maybe we can get him on and talk about R. Kelly.
Do you know him?
Well, I mean, he's from here.
Do you know him?
I sold R. Kelly's mansion when it was a foreclosure in Olympia Fields.
Did you?
I got to go through all the stuff. The house was just all full of all of his
Was it
personal
gross?
stuff. There was some.
I saw the
weird
pictures of
Tell
this
us.
where he lives above that studio. It looks like a skanky ass place.
Yeah, no, his house though. I mean, that thing was phenomenal. It had a stage in the living room and
Of course.
like little booth way up top to watch the stage. And
I've got a
stuff
stage
like
in my
that.
bedroom.
Really?
Yeah.
How many bathrooms?
I don't even
Bathrooms.
remember. It was tons,
Were there
man.
many
It was-
bedrooms? Was it a mansion?
I once
yeah, it
got
was a-
It was a
busy in a
mansion?
Burger
There
King
was a
bathroom.
water park inside of it.
No,
water park.
no.
He had an in-ground pool.
Here's what
with
kills me.
slides in it
The guy
and
eats
all
at
this stuff.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
And when he got out of jail the last time, the first place he went was McDonald's.
Well, you
At
know,
that-
he started singing in front of McDonald's, busking way back when he was, nobody. The first place he ever started making money and hustling his music was McDonald's. That is a fact, Jack.
So on the thing with
So it's
talking
ironic he likes that.
about on
you
the
know?
ones fucking. You know what I love about McDonald's? Like
Comfort.
this morning, I had a pot of coffee, and because I love McDonald's coffee.
I love McDonald's. Too.
I dated, and there's one of the women I mentioned in my interview. I said I dated this Trixie. I did.
Yeah.
She was beautiful.
Never
and
dated a Chad.
Neither have
So
I.
bad, yeah.
Neither have I. Anyway, and I told her about basically Shannon's story, but she was executive at McDonald's corporate headquarters, and I said, "Why is the coffee so?" Because she gave me these
So
coupons for free
hot.
coffee. I'm like, "Why is it so good? It's good."
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, we spent a lot of money on market research, and I love way more than Starbucks McDonald's
I
coffee."
have to agree with you. Yeah, Starbucks.
So
that
I
tastes
bought.
burnt.
That's what I drink at home here. Yeah, Starbucks does fucking taste
little
burnt, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, boy. You really do chug a lot of coffee out of there. What's going on with that?
Yeah, well,
It's too
I think it's a
expensive,
status thing. I know.
It really is.
I think it's a status thing.
buy a whole bag of coffee for the price of like a
So
red eye type thing.
So talking about the movie, Brad
Medium.
Pitt was in that
Yeah.
movie, right? And
Yeah.
by the way, stellar performance by Brad Pitt.
Always love Brad Pitt.
Kudos, yeah. I mean, he is a good fucking actor, and he's good looking,
God.
and he's aging. He looks great going into middle age.
He's gonna look good, just like Robert Redford did when he was older.
Redford. Wow, there's a
Redford, Paul
handsome.
Newman.
No. Who else is Michael Douglas? Doesn't look
Even
too
Clint
fucking
Eastwood,
bad.
I would.
Clint Eastwood.
You know,
Well, I'm partial to Clint Eastwood. Okay,
I
it's my
love
favorite
these
actor.
guys.
Cassie, he looks like
Yeah, I
you're
was gonna say what happened with Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt this week. Okay, so at the premiere of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, look at this picture.
yeah.
Lana Durham jumps up and gives him a kiss.
Lena Dunham.
Whatever. I don't even know if she's done. I guess she's in the movie. Gives him a kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. What if that was a man, unsuspecting woman's there, and he just grabs her, kisses her on the lips? That would be a total sexual assault, Me Too movement fucking thing. That's
And he kind of pushed her off, is from what I gather.
she isn't all that, is she?
She
really
like
isn't.
Madonna did it with Drake.
And Halle Berry, remember the Halle Berry one when somebody came in and like they played?
You can't.
Katy Perry did too.
Yeah, it was that tall guy. I
There's-
can't even think
I
of
think it
his
was like
name.
on American Idol that like she just like kissed like what is all the
Halle Berry kissed somebody? She
No,
ever she
Katy
Well,
kissed
she
me?
got kissed like that.
Oh, and it was bad, right?
at the Oscars or whatever. Yeah, they just leaned over and just planted it. They're like, "Here's my chance," and just dove in.
You brought something?
Yeah, more than a dozen Americans working at the U.S. Embassy in Havana have suffered symptoms from a suspended sonic device. Okay. The State Department has confirmed, significantly increasing the scale of the scare that has baffled experts. Okay, so earlier this week, it was confirmed that several suffered brain damage. And on Thursday, the department said that 16 Americans had been affected. These were diplomats living in Cuba. Cuba has denied its involvement and said it is investigating the U.S. allegations. And the State Department has not blamed Cuba yet, but they did ask 2 Cuban diplomats here to leave the country. So it is known that the officials reported being unwell between autumn last year, spring of this year, and some suffered from hearing, nausea, headaches, and balance disorders, and some others had conditions so serious as brain injury. So this is a sonic device that people use, governments use against their people. The Israeli army has used it. We have used it in the G2 situation, and also after Hurricane Katrina, we've used noise devices to control.
It kind of makes me think
People.
about the MKUltra experiments.
Absolutely.
And my interviewee again. I'm going back to her, and this show is not about her, but I've had a great week, by the way.
Yeah.
So she asked me, what does MKUltra mean? And
right.
so I'm kind of like, I danced around. I told her, I'm like watch the series, the thing on Netflix called Wormwood, which addresses the whole reason I created MKUltra, the name magazine, because it made sense. My father yesterday, we were talking at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
My father was a Green Beret and trained troops in like a fucker in Thailand.
Yeah, my dad was in Vietnam.
Trained troops in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And he told me yesterday, I've never known this. He goes, "Why did you name MKUltra?" I told him, he said, "Well, I thought you might have remembered." He goes, "I was part of those experiments. My father was a victim of the MK. I didn't know this till yesterday."
We got to interview.
And he
him.
was talking to me
Yeah.
about like my grandfather, who I loved, talked about how like my grandfather had to because my grandfather was in a war, and my great grandfather was in 2 world wars.
All my grandfathers and fathers were.
Yeah, so-
since I swear to you, we came over on the Mayflower. I am a daughter of the American Revolutionary War, which is a real preppy thing.
Edie
and I'm
Sedgwick's
not, yeah.
family is old. Yeah, like
Anyways,
you.
that's
Yeah.
my little bragging right, and
That's
I get
fucking
to
amazing.
brag about it.
No, now
That's
from now on,
about
I'll be
it.
like, when I introduce Ty to people, they're like from ministry, and
DAR.
she's got 2 Grammy noms, and she's in the movie directed by Steven Spielberg. I can say she came over on the Mayflower. This is Ty Coon.
American as it gets.
So you know how we'd like to talk about the social justice warriors, these fuckers, crybabies.
Right.
This is one of the big reasons I started this show. And we talked about how they dig up the past and how they dug up an interview with John Wayne. And it's like he said something racist in Playboy in 1971. And we talked about brown sugar,
Right.
stones.
Sure.
All right. So did you know this week they dug up some phone conversation that Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon had?
I
In
saw
1971?
that.
And Reagan was the governor of California
He
at the
said
time.
some nasty
gave,
things.
Well, he gave his opinions of African delegates to the United Nations who voted against the United States' position in Taiwan rather than the People's Republic of China. As you know, Nixon was big in China, big with China. And he said, to see all those monkeys from African countries, damn them, they're still uncomfortable wearing shoes. Okay,
That
these
was-
men are dead. Why are we bringing this shit up? Because you know Nixon recorded everything.
Yeah, that's an old school way
Why?
of
No,
talking.
seriously, that's the last thing I brought to the
I
table
think
this
too,
week.
like you talk one way when you don't think you're being recorded. So if he doesn't know he's being recorded and he's just talking to somebody he can talk like that in front of, that's one thing.
Well,
But
Cassie
if
and
you
I were talking about
know
this.
that you're being recorded.
Yeah, well, no, they didn't. But the
So-
thing is, like, it's like the Papa John's thing. It's like, okay, this guy, he said some things that are interpreted as racist.
Right.
And they bring it up 3 years later, throw it in the press. Now his fucking career's over. The franchise is gone.
Totally.
And
Thanks
that
for
lady,
ruining his
lady,
life.
who's that chef lady that got in trouble?
The Dean, Paula Dean.
Paula Dean. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That.
And the other one.
And she said that, yeah, well, might have said the N-word. She might have said once, and she goes, but why are they digging shit up?
I mean, you
Like
can't-
you're only
How?
keeping the hate thing going.
Find
right.
this all.
Yep.
I mean, 40
Martha
years ago.
Stewart.
No,
too,
but,
yeah,
but
another cook. That's who I was
transparency
trying to
and
think
knowing
of.
what someone says or what someone does, why is that bad? Why should something be swept under the rug or kept out of people's view?
True that
Why
as well.
should that be?
Well, I think current day,
acceptable?
yeah, today is fine, but
Well, no, but our history
I'm not even into
is our
that.
history. You know
Dude.
what I mean? I mean,
Yeah, you don't want to hide history either.
Like a 1984
that's how stuff
Orwellian
perpetuates. You know.
recreating the history.
Hey, man, I'm
Okay.
going to take a quick break and we'll come back and play some music.
Soon to be banned in Canada for indecent exposure to wildlife. You're listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast with your hosts Alexander and Ty Coon.
Mark,
Yes.
thanks for coming, man.
Oh, no problem.
Thanks for sending me those. You sent me some pretty cool songs. I was going to play
Some of the new
Fuck.
ones.
I was going to
Yeah,
play Fuck, but I really like that third one on there. It's
Kill 45.
yes. We're going to play that, but let's. Do you want to interview him, or how do you want to do this?
Man, no.
I guess you're friends.
So this is Mark Grobel, and
You're in a couple bands, right?
Yeah, I play in Apostles on Strike, and then I play in the Seventh Sons. So I have my punk life, and I have my rock and roll life.
And how do you balance that? Is it, or are you just you? You look cool.
I mean between both, and I love them both.
You have cool tattoos, man.
It's the creative process, and coming up with music and playing it. That just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're playing.
Cool. Are you a lifelong musician?
Yeah.
Ty?
Yeah, he's been here and lived. He's from Chicago,
So
been doing Apostles on Strike since for a good long while. Multiple
how many
friends.
years?
From the 90s.
From the 90s.
So you know Herb Rosen then?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. I used to work at Liars.
You mentioned Pigface. Do you know Dirk Flanagan?
Yes, he's a chef now.
Dirk taught
Sure
me
is.
how to cook.
Oh,
back
get
in the
the
90s.
fuck out!
In the 90s, Dirk taught me
I
how to cook.
love that guy too.
You know when Dirk
We're-
Flanagan-
we're-
To this
we were
day,
friends. Yeah?
everything I know about cooking, I have to attribute to Dirk.
See, I mean, I love cooking.
He's one creative motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Great
too.
musician.
Yeah,
Really
oh,
great
yeah,
musician.
totally.
Hi,
Oh,
Dirk.
wow. How cool is this?
Yeah, he was an inspiration to me. I mean, I remember when I first started working for him, he had a little daughter that was 3, and that was like the first time that I really saw like a cool, creative dude that was also a dad. And I was like, oh, okay.
You know you could do that.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
He's a
before that,
fantastic father. Has
so-
a beautiful, smart,
Oh, yeah, your
great
dad?
daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will point to that as being something that set me on that path.
Dirk, I'm going to tag you in this episode.
Yeah, we
and
gotta
now
get
he's
him
going
on
to listen. Oh, yeah. Let's get Dirk Flanagan on.
Totally got to
Yeah.
get Dirk Flanagan.
We're getting like backed up on
Oh,
guests.
yeah.
But this is fun.
Everyone wants you, man.
What is that tattoo with the fist? Explain that to me, please. And then can you get that on camera?
That's solidarity, man.
Okay.
I
I think Black Power.
Exactly, and that's the same thing. I mean, there's a
Howard Stern.
many I don't know the Howard Stern
And Nick
reference,
Huffman.
but
well, like the Nazi swastika was actually taken from Egyptian times.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it meant,
Well,
you
I think
know,
it was Indian.
It probably could
From
even
India, yeah.
I mean, it's thousands of years old, that design. So even that one is like, it does remind me of the 70s and a little bit like that too.
my daughter did that.
But I
as a
love the
stick-
barbed
daughter
wire
what?
coming up.
My daughter did this as a stick and poke.
No
Kick
kidding. It's like a
ass.
jail tattoo.
Yeah, totally.
How cool is that?
His daughter
Yeah,
is
yeah,
bitching,
yeah.
man. I
How-
went to
how-
a fucking
how's your daughter?
concert with her.
She's 22.
Okay, is she a rock and roller?
No.
She came to Reggie's with us and bashed it because we know the guy, the Josh from Cattle Decapitation.
Oh, God, I
him
love
and
those
Mike-
guys.
Him
She
and Mike
came to
Greeley.
a cattle decap show with us.
Yeah, she fucking rocks it, man.
Dude,
That-
you get to hang out with your daughter. That's pretty fucking cool, yeah.
He's a wicked cool guy all around.
Obviously, I could tell when he walked in.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what to expect. I just listened to his music. So I haven't done any background on you. I'm sorry.
Right.
But interesting that, so, of course, so you're old school Chicago.
Yeah.
So you know Herb, and you probably know the Haggerty brothers.
I don't know them.
Peg Boy, Naked
Peg Boy,
Ray Gun.
Naked Ray Gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys. And they work bars too. I like. I used to like when I met the Haggerty from Naked Ray Gun. I used to play you on college radio, man.
Yeah, sure. I love those days, man. I like Jesus Lizard back then too, and
Oh God, what David
ministry.
Yao.
Even then, mind is a terrible thing to taste. Just
You like ministry?
twisted me.
Mention that. What about you? How do you fit in? Do you know anybody in ministry? Do you hang out? Because
No.
that's family to me.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's
no,
why I
no.
moved to Chicago was to work with
Was
ministry.
it like the underdog? They had a loft and did stuff, and Johann's Face,
Okay.
No Empathy and Oblivion and all them. So that was kind of my space back then.
What was your what's your favorite venue to play in Chicago or anywhere?
I would say my favorite is playing outside for sure. But if I look back on the Metro is obviously the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
It's
too.
such
That's
a
the
huge
me too.
stage, a cool place, a
It's
great vibe. I mean,
Legendary.
The Metro is it for sure.
Yeah,
but
you've.
I love
kinda,
playing outside when you can play and feel the wind blowing in your hair and stuff like that. It's just there's something about it.
I like
that's
the
just
outside, but
awesome.
can I play your song?
Yeah.
Tell us what this song is.
Kill 45.
And this is the MKULTRASOUND podcast. a good fucking song, man.
Hell yeah.
You sent me 3. I really like them all, but that was my favorite.
Yeah.
Good.
So tell
Has energy.
Is there any background on it? Yeah, it does. And
You're on YouTube, right?
And the name of the band, again, for those listening.
yeah, which
Apostles on strike, and
Apostles on strike.
we're playing Thursday at Liars.
oh,
Liars.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, with Butt Pirate from New York City.
Awesome.
what pirate?
Butt
Pirate.
You're talking to ass
But there's a comma in it, so it's
Oi.
Butt
pirate.
Pirate.
Like B-U-T?
Okay, that's punk rock.
Yeah.
That's punk rock. You know, what I like when you walked in here, I didn't know what to expect. I like people who, because I'm a punk rocker at heart. I just don't subscribe to the fashion as you. You've got the tats; they're cool. I don't want to trace them with an eyeliner pencil or anything, but
Yes, he does. And right now, we need to make this YouTube video way more interesting.
Do you want me on the table or on the floor?
Both.
no, my bedroom's right there, baby.
Oh, wait.
So,
it's a whole new show.
Talking
You didn't
about,
pass the interview yet, there, guys.
I'm sorry, you're not Asian.
Oh.
Is that bad? Like,
That's horrible. No, it's not.
I think
Wonderful.
am I allowed?
most people have a type.
Don't be like what you
her
like.
type- well, my type is like she's smart. Okay, we're done talking
Yeah,
about
we
her.
are.
Okay, this is not your show, honey.
On.
The show will be Saturday, but we'll talk about that at the end of this show. The thing about this subscribing to the fashion of punk rock, Jello Biafra, one of the most hardcore punk rockers of all time, no tattoos, completely regular
Yeah.
Joe.
Yep.
And there's nobody more hardcore.
Tried to be a politician.
Yeah.
And he's
for
such
office.
a funny guy, and I love his humor. And I think we've all met him, haven't we?
Well, yeah, I've been to his
I have.
house. Okay, so my whole career, I started working, fighting the PMRC against the, fighting for the First Amendment, the
People's Music Resource Center,
yeah,
by the way.
Washington Wives, yeah.
Right.
And I was in college, and I started my own grassroots thing called the Right to Rock. I ended up working for Rock Out Censorship years later, but so Jello and I became friends on for internet through the mail.
Right.
Right.
Snail mail.
No, I still have all the shit that I did with it. I got to show you this shit, Cassie. It's amazing. So basically,
They gallop the letter all the way.
You're
Yeah.
gonna look at me like, do you know what mail is?
Do you know what mail is even?
I still send people letters. Come on.
I send postcards. I love it. Yeah, I do. Sending Adrian one. I found my letters for Adrian, by the way. But the Jello Biafra. So I was actually telling my interviewee, I don't know how it came up talking about him. I said, I went to his house in San Francisco. He lived in the Castro district.
Yeah.
Beautiful home.
Yeah.
The most amazing record collection I've ever seen in my life. He had a gazebo on the top. He had a lift from his bed that went up to the roof of his house, and there was a gazebo.
Wow.
But here's the thing. I walk into his house. Okay, I got to rewind. He came to visit me when I lived in Humboldt Park.
Yeah.
And we have a picture of us. And I had my fucking stupid round glasses on back then, like John Lennon. Again, John Lennon.
Right.
My hair pulled back. Wasn't expecting to hang out with one of my heroes.
Right.
And on my birthday, he FedExed to me that picture blown up 8x10 with an autograph, and it said, "Alex, you'll never be as old as me, Jello."
Aw. He's so funny. like every twist and turn.
I shit you not, like 3 years later, I go my first trip, my only trip to San Francisco, which, by the way, I love San Fran.
I do too. Big
And,
fan. Probably
yeah,
going in the
yes.
next couple of weeks. I'm
Oh, you're going?
probably going to go see Pasadena and
Lucky.
then go up north.
Oh, that's where you're going on vacation.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice.
I go to his house, and on his refrigerator was the original picture of us together that he autographed. I guess he thought of me because I was so grassroots and fighting for the freedom of expression
Yeah.
that I'm like, of all the people, Al, he's done shit with Al, Lard.
Sure. Yeah.
And he's no pictures of Al and him on his refrigerator, me and him.
Aw. I had the same thing when I knew Mark Paschke, who is he works with the Metallica a lot.
I know this name.
He is the son of Ed Paschke, the very famous painter. Okay, and so we grew up together in the metal scene, like coming up when Metallica and Anthrax and Suicidal and all these bands are coming up, and we're just loving this new metal. Anyways, I got to, he invited me over, Mark Paschke invited me over to his parents' house. We're still very young then. And there was a picture of me on the refrigerator And I had done this like share. They said a Cher meets
your tit hanging
Metallica.
out?
No, Cher meets Metallica ensemble, and I had like a Poochie kind of print with like combat boots and hot pants, and
Nice.
it looked good. The paper took a picture of me, and I said that I was quoted as saying that Ed Paschke inspired me to dress this way, like So they liked it in the house and like clipped it out.
Wow.
And there
And
I was on
so-
their fridge.
and
Yeah.
you were expecting it or not?
Not at all. Didn't even know. I
I
was
used
just
to have
so
I used to have a crush on you.
that brought a tear to my eye.
I had a crush on Ty. Like, well, I first saw her at the Riv.
She's not Asian. Though.
When she had black hair.
Long
And
black
Disturbed
hair, yeah.
opened. Disturbed opened.
Yeah.
The Riv.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw you. And then in the movie AI, right before we became friends.
Right.
And I crushed on her.
Aw, that's good. That's good. That's a good thing.
yeah.
And not many people crush on like almost 6 feet tall women, that are crazy.
I'm not
and-
like I'm not your,
hang out with
I'm not your
ministry
average
and-
Joe.
Dang,
So
Satan. Or
I
God,
just
or
wanted to
whoever you
get
pray
that out.
to.
Did you ever have a crush on her? Oh my God. Ty, did you ever have a crush on?
Cassie has a
Oh,
crush on
of
me.
course. The minute I saw her,
I got a crush on
fell in
Cass.
love.
Eating corn with her tit hanging out.
Dude, did you hear the latest on the lawsuit from the Christian rapper whose song a jury found was copied for Katy Perry's hit Dark Horses? The jury found that Katy Perry, her collaborators, and her record label must pay, get this, $2.7 million because the pop star's hit Dark Horse copied that Christian rap song. The jury awarded it. And to the 2 other people that wrote it. So yeah, Perry,
Christian rap, isn't that oxymoron?
they stole that song. Now they got to pay $3 million. And Perry herself has to pay $550,000.
Seriously, this is settled.
herself. Yes, they literally stole it. Can you believe how just
Does she write
abhorrent that is? Obviously not.
Mark,
I never liked
There's
her
only
anyway.
12 notes. There's only 12 notes, and there's only so many combinations you can do with
That
these
is
12
true.
notes.
You can't
So-
copyright the note A.
I'm a huge fan of sampling, by the way. I mean,
Me
ministry.
too.
Yeah.
Have you done any sampling in your music at all?
I have not.
Okay.
Have not.
Well, industrial music is pretty much standard.
Oh, yeah.
And done well, like ministry does it.
Right.
It's fantastic.
Reinvented to sound something like something
Yes.
new.
But stealing is a whole different thing.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Outright to where a jury, honestly, he's been fighting it for 5 years. And good for the underdog. These things never
Yes,
happen.
yes, yes.
She had top flight attorneys, and things like this never happen. So good
Never
for
goes
this
our
guy.
way, does it? Yeah, this is great.
I need a good copyright lawyer. I'm having some issues myself.
Well, see, no,
Yeah.
intellectual property law, people, very important. Especially for artists.
Yeah, I got fucked on MKUltra, the name. I fought in court, and I had like these 2 Jewish attorneys who didn't give a shit. I wish I had the attorney that I had for my latest thing, but I didn't. They just wanted money, and so I lost the name MKUltra for a while, and I got it back before I met you. But I gave her an MKUltra hoodie.
Yeah.
This is.
I want an MK Ultra hoodie if
Listen
you
to
got one.
this. Okay.
I love a hoodie.
Oh my gosh, day after Thanksgiving. And I gave you a coat, right? And she reaches in the pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say whose coat it was,
Okay.
but it was before Charlie Sheen, if you know who I'm talking about.
Girl's coat.
It was a girl's coat.
A certain female's coat.
It was a pea coat, right? Is that what it was? She reaches in her pocket.
Brooke Mueller?
No, no, the other one. No, we're not talking. Human Centipede 3. She was the only woman in Human Centipede 3.
Denise Richards?
No.
Jesus, I'm off. Okay.
Brie Olson. Okay, I said
Oh,
it.
snap.
Okay.
No one heard that.
She reaches into her pocket. Did you hear that?
A little bit.
She pulls out 2 tampons and a cell phone.
And a cell phone. I have Brie Olson's cell phone in my hand.
And 2 tampons.
And 2 tampons.
I got to get the
Wow.
phone back.
Were they super? Let me ask this. Were they extra large? Heavy flow.
Man,
I
aren't they all heavy
gotta
flow?
tell us.
I
No.
can't remember.
You got it. Oh.
I think they were just standard. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
You were so young. She was so young. I was so embarrassed. I didn't mean to give her. I mean to give her a hoodie. I'm like, here, take his coat. By the way, it was left off here. Like, okay, well, she left the fucking coat. Guess what? Because we were drinking.
Well, imagine.
And This poor innocent girl.
Because I came from like Corn and drove all the way up to Chicago.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even 21 yet, so I was
No,
not
you weren't.
drinking.
And I took her out for sushi. Was that the first time you had?
having sushi.
It was fun. That was fun.
I'm really from the middle end. I live in like.
Aw.
I grew up on a farm.
You're like, yeah.
So did I.
Like, I
No, I farmed
Nice
horse.
and innocent.
never
Horse farm right here.
like that.
Same with
So-
Josh from Apostles. We used to practice on his farm, and we'd be playing in one of his barns, and the cows would be
Yeah.
mooing.
Isn't that
at
great?
That's
The
awesome.
guitars from cattle.
Directions to get to his house. He's like, you go past the 4th grain silo and then turn here, because there's no street names. or
Right.
nothing.
There
We're
isn't.
like,
No lights.
What? Yeah,
That's the
totally.
guitars from
I
Cattle
remember that.
Decapitation. They're
That's
a worldwide
wild.
touring band
Yeah.
the same guitarist used to be in Apostles on Strike. That's in
Really?
Cattle
I
Decap
just saw
now.
them.
Cattle decap.
So we always get to go free and hang out with
Joliet.
you. Should come with.
I ran that show. Yeah.
Yeah,
We,
awesome.
we were hanging out with Josh. There.
she's
He
the
gets us
house
in free.
photographer for.
I do some photography there, not as much anymore, but yeah, I run shows
For the
there
Forge?
sometimes. Yeah.
Hey, do you
I
like
them
that-
all over.
Awesome.
That guy Frank. He's awesome. The promoter.
Yeah,
I don't
Frank.
know Frank.
Frank does some
I don't know
shows
him.
there. He
At
does
Concord?
a lot of shows at Concord.
Oh, okay.
He's a super fucking cool guy.
We gotta go
Yeah.
down to a show together.
I wish
Maybe
the
when Cattle
fuck-
comes through. Cattle's supposed to come through in November. Maybe Josh
They're
can
good
come to a
guys.
show.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
they
you
got a
come
new
on
album
again with
coming out.
Josh
We'll be
because
there
they
for
played
sure.
together.
Dude, I
And
still want you to
Greeley.
come back into the acoustic thing you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anytime.
Play fucked acoustic.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice ballad. It's when you're fucked, it's a good ballad.
Hey, I'm going to hit this. I'll be right back.
You're listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast. You can follow us now on SoundCloud, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Sign up and follow, and you can win your chance to get a set of tickets to see Pigface live this fall. Win a genuine voodoo doll from Quarter Kids in New Orleans, Louisiana, or a beard grooming kit from Killer Beards.
Cassie's Corner. This is a new part of our show. It was our
Yeah.
executive producer's idea, Two Dark Mark. By the way, I love him. You know,
I know.
we're
I do
He's
too.
so
we're
dark.
good. We're a good couple, aren't we? We met in a gay bar.
I love Mark.
The gay
And,
bar.
he's so fucking amazing.
Actually, speaking of cattle, yeah, they were at Summer Slaughter not this past week, but the week before that. Ran that at the Forge. My good friend Donnie Hill's tour manager. I think he's been doing it the past like 4 years or something like that. So
Oh.
it's always good seeing him. But yeah, I'm doing shows all the time and everything like that, and
You're shooting them, yes?
shooting them, running
She works
them.
them. Yeah, she runs some shit.
Sometimes
Doing
just,
it all.
Sometimes just going to them, but
Sure.
like yeah, I'm all over
Good.
the place. But
Guitar players. Oh, love.
No, we know that. That's
Yeah.
show 2 and 3 already. She likes drummers, guitarists like her.
But I did want to start mentioning shows that are coming up and
hit it.
kind of all over the place.
Right, yeah.
So the 6th at United Center, Barbara Streisand's gonna be there.
I heard that today.
That's gonna be cool.
You know, she fucked Don Johnson.
I want to go to that. Do you want to go to that?
I
I love her.
like opera and classical music and like
love her.
musicals. That's like actually.
I
what
don't
studied
even
in
know
high
who I'd
school.
get
So,
to
like,
go to that with
yeah.
me. I don't really
Go
know.
with Cassie.
I'm saying it's like
And then,
a girls' night out.
On August
Go
7th,
with like another couple
I Prevail
girlfriends.
Issues is gonna be at the Apollo and where is that at?
That Apollo place? Oh, that's
yeah.
up
Belvedere.
Belvedere. Yeah,
Yeah.
LA Guns are coming there.
Yeah, they're
LA
gonna
Guns.
Belvedere,
Prevail
Illinois?
Issues.
LA Guns are coming there.
Are they? Good.
Halloween. LA
Well,
Guns
he
on
is a
Halloween with me and Cassie.
Huge fan, by the by.
And then on
may not know
August
this.
8th, hell yeah, Non-Point's gonna be at House of Blues.
Whoa, you're gonna see Hell Yeah now?
Why not? Hell
Well,
yeah.
Should
The
be
brothers are
going.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, good. Get a scoop on this one.
I should
Those
be
are good
going.
guys.
Actually, now that I got the new job, I gotta kind of work around that. But
Yeah.
And on August 9th, at Riviera, Bad Religion. And
Oh
then-
God, yeah, fucking.
And then out at my venue at the Forge, there's gonna be Riff Raff and Mike Brucey. Do
You
guys
love
know
Riff.
Mike Brucey?
I do not.
You
He
have
has
some
a
riff.
Sausage Castle. So it's almost like
Sausage.
it's this guy, Mike. He has a place
Could
down
mean
in
so many
Florida,
things.
and he has all these girls that live there with him, and he does the whole. I think he was like the one who started like the whole Snapchat, like where you subscribe and you see.
Now,
Brilliant.
You're not
you have
supposed
a history of riffraff, right? Because you talk about
Yeah,
a lot. I had no idea. I'm an old man.
So I work for a production company in Chicago too, and the owner is really good friends with Riff Raff. So
So who is riffraff?
um,
Who is he?
he's a rapper. he lives out in Vegas. I don't know if he's originally from there, but I've always gotten along with him. He's cool. Personally don't listen to a lot of hip hop, but over the years have been because I've been working in a lot.
Yeah.
But
He
always has like neon, like crazy colored hair.
Looks
and
good.
like
Cassie's well-rounded.
Yeah.
I'm all
For
over
rock and roll and for
Right.
music.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew when I
Gotta
met
be
her. Yeah.
well-rounded.
Oh, 'cause when I
like
met her,
every
you gotta keep in
style.
mind she had pasties on her boobs. She was underage. Oh, you were.
I was 19.
Underage.
It was at a porn
Under
convention.
18.
Yeah.
I was a
And
model for one of the companies.
She was a model.
Let's back
And
that thought up.
But
Yeah,
I just
it
knew.
was
I'm like,
underage.
she's got something, man.
She wasn't
There's
21.
something about this girl that I know she's more than TNA.
It's just looking.
And so here we are.
fantastical.
What, 8-9 years later? We've been working together professionally for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
She's my number one photographer. Her and Max Bravo. Max, we love you. Max.
Oh.
No,
And,
Max,
there's
come
another
on
one.
here.
There's another one too, Patrick, who took early pictures of you guys, Apostles on Strike. If you want to look at Patrick, how do you say it?
Patrick Howdick.
Howdick, yeah.
But anyway,
His shots
Cassie,
are great.
I have a few
You-
more shows that are coming up this week too.
What else?
let it out.
August 10th, there's going to be Everclear and Bowling for Soup and Tinley. August 10th, also at United, Backstreet Boys. I love
No,
that.
God.
Kill me now.
Randomly,
You lost me there.
Come on, okay,
You lost me.
not gonna lie.
Okay,
Yeah.
next.
That was like childhood.
Hey,
Let's move
I
on.
have a
We
confession.
have,
Go, because I got a
Toby
big one.
Keith and Schaumburg.
I'd
on
love
the
to see
10th,
that.
And yes, he's my favorite country artist. I don't really listen to country, but
You
I
like him?
love
Okay.
Toby Keith.
He's
I'll
good.
let that one
And
go.
then
He's old
August,
school.
August
Yeah, I like
11th
that.
at my venue, The Forge, Born of Osiris. So hometown guys are going to be there.
Cool.
So,
That sounds more interesting than any
So,
of them,
Cassie,
actually,
what do you
other
do?
than Barbara.
Osiris, yeah.
what do you do for fun?
I work.
She goes
Yeah.
to a lot of fun shows.
She's like, yeah, she's a workaholic. She's like, I used to be. Like when I moved here, and this guy, this photographer that lived, staying with this French photographer, saw me like throwing flyers around in '98.
Sure.
He's like, there's Alex, always working.
I made my work's fun, though. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, you are. I mean,
Oh, I forgot to mention one. I'm sorry. Queen.
Queen.
What?
Nice. Adam Lambert.
with Adam Lambert?
Adam Lambert.
He's
Let's go to that.
fantastic.
I just looked these all up today. Most
That-
of
those
these
are gonna
I'm
be
going
pricey
but,
tickets.
Okay, I got one
Are
for
you
you.
a Queen
They
fan,
will
Mark?
be- yeah,
Oh God,
I
who?
love Queen.
If you're not a
Adam
Queen fan, get the
Lambert's
fuck out of my
great.
house.
I do
Yeah.
too. I like his voice.
My brother has a picture of me in my bathroom on Christmas Day, unwrapping and holding up Queen Live Killers.
Just so good.
I'm a fucking
so
dork,
good.
man.
Is that from an album cover where it's like...
Live Queen, yeah.
Queen Live Killers.
Live
It
Killers.
opened up, had a gatefold too, but it wasn't as cool as Kiss Alive 2, which is a great
Kiss
gate.
Alive 2 was
The best gatefold of all time.
Yeah, big time.
And you know what? That wasn't even live. It was posed for, of course, fucking.
Even Frampton Comes Alive
Kiss.
wasn't live. It was
I know.
all dubbed in, yeah.
No, that was a good
That was
record.
the
But it was a great
70s.
record.
Everything was fake in
Okay,
the 70s.
can I
That's why it's my favorite era.
there weren't, but not tits.
But not tits.
Okay, I gotta throw one in.
What?
Okay, I haven't gone yet,
Okay.
but she's doing 5 sold-out shows at the Chicago Theater. If you, let me know if you know where I'm going. I'm really good friends with her guitar player. He played in Prong, Madonna.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking see Madonna.
When is that again? You said there's how many shows?
I've
5.
never seen her
When
either.
is that?
Soon. Anyway, I'm gonna have Monty on the show.
I want to go.
Monty Pittman and I her guitar player is my really good friend.
Wow.
Yes. He started out in metal. He played in Prong. And even when he was in Madonna, the money he made, he'd still go play with Prong for scale.
You know, she wanted to meet Al Jorgensen, and he sent
God,
Skasha instead.
That's fucking funny.
He sent Skasha instead to meet
Well, I
her.
don't want to meet Madonna. I want to go backstage though. I can't imagine how
Love
catered
to
that'll
meet
be.
Madonna. Are you kidding me?
I don't fuck. No, I just want to fucking go.
I would like to see that show though. That
Monty,
and Barbara,
but
yeah. Two crazy cool
okay, I'm talking to a
ladies.
guitar player here, right?
Sorry.
6-string Slayer. What'd you call yourself? 6-string.
Bass player, so I only know 4.
No, on your Facebook page it says like 6-string assassin or something like that. Anywho, how much guitar is there in Madonna's music?
Right? Not too much.
I know how much he makes a night.
How much?
It's huge. So
100 grand? Less.
it's huge. I'm not gonna say it. That's why I'm not gonna say that lady's name that I'm hoping to see again Saturday. So here's what I'm doing. Is
Oh,
this
my brain said
romantic?
Madonna.
Is this romantic? So after this show, and I load it, and you guys leave. Guys, I'm sorry, ladies and men.
Benny makes like 20. 10.
I'm going to give her a chance to listen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call her. I already bought tickets
Did you?
for 2
Oh, you and Cassie?
for Hot Dog Fest next Saturday. No, I'm going to invite this. I'm like, look, I want you to get to know me. No, see, you fucking Mark laughs too because
You can see how she puts that hot dog in her mouth.
This is the cute, nice relationship.
Hey, listen.
This is the one we're rooting for.
She has,
I know.
Alex.
you know, I
There does come a
I
time,
can't
my
tell you what her
friends.
body looks like.
Right.
She
You
is-
didn't look past her neck?
No, I couldn't get past her. She had fucking beautiful lips.
Her
man.
brain,
Her- no,
you
her-
just
Beautiful
stayed
face.
right on her.
her lips are fucking amazing.
Nice.
So fucking eating the hot dog thing. Now I'm gonna look. No, her fashion, her style. Is I was pretty much as like conservative as you get.
Right.
So I'm gonna invite her to
What
go to
did
Hot
that
Dog
mean?
Fest with me
What's
Saturday.
A Slayer shirt.
I hate Slayer. I don't hate Slayer.
you're killing me.
I don't enjoy Slayer. I don't even like. I hate Metallica. I can't stand Metallica.
Well, I can agree with you there.
So
Not
I'm gonna-
really Metallica.
So let me
Love
get
it
back
all
to
the way.
this, and we're gonna wrap up here in a few.
Oh, yes.
So I'm gonna invite her to. I'm gonna say, look, I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me more. Not
You're going to interview her this time?
well.
Yeah.
No, the best way. The way
Flip the script.
Okay. The way I'm gonna go through it is like I just want to take her through a day of my life, my real life, not the rock and roll life, the hot dog life. I'm a connoisseur. Like, look.
The hot dog life.
No, seriously, I'm a fucking nerd on hot dogs.
Is there a lot of knowledge?
That's
to
a
know about
cartoon
hot dogs?
There is. The first time I went to Hot Dog Fest, and I having conversations with this professor from DePaul who wrote a book about the hot dog. And I'm sitting there in the audience, and I go by, I'm like, so
Only college.
I have pictures, and I said, sir, I used to work at this place called your Dog House at Ohio Valley Mall, St. Clairsville, Ohio. We were the Baskin Robbins of hot dogs.
Awesome.
I could tell you, but you know what? There was no Vienna beef. They were just like, it was the dressing and the presentation of the hot dog.
Oh, like a Chicago hot dog.
Presentation.
It's
Styles.
important. But yeah, but the Chicago hot dog, Vienna beef is better for you than just pork buttholes.
Correct.
And shit, because there are, maybe that's why I like.
I'm vegan, so I won't even get started.
Right.
I don't know anything about hot
Drag it
dogs.
through the
So,
garden.
and I want to ask her to go with me. So I'm like, I just want you to see a day in the life
Right.
of Real Alex without rock. I hope the fuck there's nobody there that knows me, because then that's gonna fuck shit up. And then I'm gonna say,
That's gonna fuck shit up.
I'm like, I want you to see my apartment. I want you to see where I live. I want you to see the place I love, because you might have a lot of questions. Look around here.
Yeah.
Don't, without saying anything.
Right.
I'm like, I want to get this shit out of the way right now.
Right. Just
Before,
expose yourself as quickly as possible.
yeah. Okay. In your tit eating corn. Like a dirty fucking brick shit face
Hubba
face
hubba
whore
what?
from North Carolina. No, listen, you've never ever heard me talk serious about a woman like
He does seem to like.
no. Asians, yeah. No, I want to do this right.
You gotta have a strong.
So
good
don't
woman.
come around Saturday at Hot Dog Fest, Ty.
I won't be going.
Mark,
don't worry.
guys, please don't come to Hot Dog Fest next Saturday.
I'm going.
We're gonna spy and take
No,
pictures along the
listen,
sideline.
listen, fuckers. You have no idea how seriously I take this festival. They had a Trump dog last year. It was a Vienna sausage. Hey, check this out.
Are you gonna be like there with a notebook taking notes?
Now's your chance to catch Pig Face live November 15th in Cleveland, Ohio, all the way through November 30th in Chicago, Illinois. For tickets and other information, go to martinatkins.bigcartel.com. Hurry, tickets are selling out quick.
At Pigface, this tour's gonna be huge. But Mark, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, no
I mean,
problem.
time is precious. It is time is money.
That's all we have.
Yes, we do, and,
Yeah.
and its best
Fuck money.
quality. Yeah, you know. You're such a punk rocker.
Time is way better than money. Fuck money.
Oh, it was a great week. I had a wonderful day at the beach yesterday. I'm sunburnt. I met great people. I had a wonderful time. I'm gonna write about it on Diary of a Damn Man. I'm not gonna talk about it on the show. It was great. I had a great day, didn't I?
Yeah, that's why I was gonna talk about the claw.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do this fucking fast. I go to the beach. usually, yuppie motherfuckers, Trixies and Chads are assholes. I throw my shit down. I spent like 2 hours on the phone with my father at 7 o'clock in the morning. I talked to my brother Eric till like 11. Then I packed up all my shit because like I do that. And I go to the beach because it's a big process for me. And then I go and it's packed. I lay my shit down next to this really good looking son and a mom. I thought it was boyfriend and girlfriend. It was his mom.
Right.
And he was super. He's a really good looking guy. And they're from Central Ohio. We start talking. So then I do that, and then I took like 5 drinks for me. I had no intent on getting drunk. And then,
but in the sun,
they offer me
it
drinks,
happens.
and then I'm overhearing these ladies behind me talk. These very attractive 4 white women. So they had nothing to worry about. Right. And I said, I'm overhearing you. Are you all techies? Because I'm a headhunter.
Right.
And I'm like, well, we're hiring a lot of this. So I give them my business card, but I'm like, look, this is not my last name. So then I said, can I buy a drink from you? And they're like, we'll give you it was White Claw.
Oh yeah, I like those kind of.
The funny thing about White Claws, everyone's going crazy about them.
What
There's
the-
so many
Yeah.
memes
They're not
about
that
like
good.
white girls loving
Yeah,
them.
I know.
Everybody on Summer Slaughter
It's a total Trixie drink.
is going crazy about White Claws.
Yeah, but it
Summer
is-
Slaughter is literally just like
All about the
So
white.
to get out of this story real quick and let Mark go on his
Right,
way.
right.
So I'm like, okay, now I'm drunk. And I pack up my bike, which is not an easy job, sober. I'm like, I'm going to walk my bike home because there's no way I'm going to fucking ride my bike. Because you ever spilled your bike drunk? It hurts.
Yep.
It hurts bad.
Done it.
So I'm walking, and in the parks, there's all these Mexican families barbecuing and cooking.
Right.
And I hear, hey man, that's Alexander. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, now what?
Well,
now the tequila.
The tattoos are out, the hair's out. And I'm like, yeah, you know me? They're like, Alexander, yeah, you want to come? I'm like, I was hungry. I'm like, they were feeding me steak.
Kick
I'm
ass.
sitting there, I'm hanging out with the family, the children, the kids. And they're like, I'm drinking water. And they're like, would you like a real drink? I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'll take a beer. Tecate. No, now I'm drunk.
It's good beer.
And then I walk. I'm like, well, I have to have a Lotus before I leave here. I'm not gonna do it with my tit hanging out and in a cheetah whatever fucking bathing suit. But I couldn't finish it because I was so full. These Mexicans feeding me steak, and seriously, they were good food. They eat well.
Yeah, they do, and they could. I love their food.
So I don't know how I did this. I sat there. I took some pictures. I called my brothers, plural.
Now you have 2. Now that you've gotten back.
And I have a dad. I have a dad again. By the way, he's
you had
kicking.
such a good week. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful week. And then this woman, she's like super intelligent. She's so smart. It's like she challenges me mentally. So after this show, I'm gonna let this thing go on. Give her 2 hours to listen to it, and I'm gonna invite her out for the hot dog fest.
Good.
Yeah, Mark, thank you very much for your time,
No problem, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please come back and do your acoustic thing.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
when are you
will.
playing again?
We will. We'll
This-
be back.
Wait, where you
playing?
Thursday at
Liars Club?
Liars Club, folks. This
With
Thursday.
Buck Pirate.
Get there by what time?
Come on, get there at 9.
All
When
right.
the show starts to
You
see
know it.
everybody.
You know it.
You've been listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast with your hosts Alexander, Tycoon, and Cassandra Belazik, and I'm your executive producer, Too Dark. Please listen to us next time to see what's gonna happen next. This has been the MK Ultrasound podcast.